Anderson Square in Georgetown and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
What is on your mind, Cayman? If you are ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Here's your host.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Hope you guys are doing okay out in the streets. It is something, but we're here. We want to hear from you. We want to talk to you. So please stay tuned. We're back with more Talk Today.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Radio Cayman Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting in for Sterling. And it is a struggle keeping dry today. I hope you guys are doing okay. It's a lot going on out there in those streets, but of course we really want to hear from you guys. I just wanted to come back with that severe weather notification flood warning. It was given on Friday, and sure enough, it had promised 3 days, and we are sitting right in the middle of our third day. An upper level trough along with excessive moisture over the northwestern Caribbean will support an increased chance for heavy showers with some thunder over the next few days. And as promised, we got some on Saturday, we got some on Sunday, and sure enough, here we go. It's Monday, and I'm looking outside my door, and I'm telling you, if I stepped outside, it would be by my knee. And no, that was not just a rhyme. It was real. Oh my, a flooding of low-lying areas may occur. It may not occur. It has occurred. How are you guys doing out there? So residents are asked to take extra care and attention when using the roads as heavy rain is expected. It started on Friday. The Weather Service told us it was an increased chance of thunder and heavy rain over the weekend, and as promised, it sure did deliver. And then on Monday, of course, listen, it is still happening. It's 1.5. What was expected was 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, and it's a flood warning in place for low-lying areas. I know a lot of people are out there. They're being flooded out. Lots of cars are on the road, stopped in the middle of the madness. So before you decide to, just take a little trek outside, just consider, should I or can I stay home today? And if you can't, just be extra careful because it is really, really flooded. One person actually reported that it was up to their door by A.L. Thompson, literally by the door. And I know the not Bobby Thompson, the Godfrey Nixon way. Oh my goodness! Apparently, that was like a swimming pool. So please be careful. We do have a caller on the phone, so we'll go to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today. Caller, are you there?
Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, hi. I'm trying to hear you. Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello. Hello.
I'm not hearing the caller. Is the caller hearing me? Might need some help in the studio. Hello, caller? Hi there. Just waiting to connect with the caller that's on hold. Okay, so I'm hearing nothing. I'm not sure. Silver, are you able to hear the caller? If not, they might have to call back. Okay. So, all right. So if that call dropped, do call back because we weren't able to hear you just now. Okay. So as I was saying, it's a lot of flooding going on. I know that the Windsor Park area is really waist deep in some areas. So yes, we are literally having a little bit of a crisis right now. But you know what? It's gonna pass. We're gonna be okay. And just wanted to let you guys know some of the things. Just reading this from CNS, the very wet weather, it has drenched the Cayman Islands this weekend. It's moving towards the northwest, should clear away, but it's gonna really douse us on the western side, according to the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. It's been the forecast is for improved conditions. Hopefully, that's going to happen. Um, but it's called for some cloudy skies today and a little overcast. And as we can see, it was a 60 chance of showers, but it's come on down. I think we definitely needed it. So we can just really just look forward to some wet weather as we get through this system that's out there. We do have another caller on the line. We'll go to the phones again. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, caller.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Silver, are you hearing that caller?
Hello.
Want to make sure that I can hear you as well in the studio.
I can't hear you. I can hear you, but you can't hear me. Hello.
Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today. Okay, I'm not hearing the caller. All right, so that call is dropped. Okay, it seems that we're having some problems with our phone system, so we want to definitely go ahead and hear your concerns, and if you had something on your mind, so just give us a call back. That's all I can say. Once again, apologies for that. Yeah, so lots of things on our mind today. I know that there were a couple of concerns earlier today because I got a text from a couple of people saying they were trying to call in to for the record. I think they were really wanting to discuss what was happening on the road. There was lots of problems that needed to be reported, and they were not getting through. So apologies for that, and we definitely would like you to try to ring us, if you can, because if there's something going on and people need assistance and people need to feel like they have some place that they can reach out to. And I know, of course, you can reach out to the Red Cross as well. Can you call on WhatsApp? Let me see if the callers that have been calling, can you call us on WhatsApp 925-3261? Let's see if that works a little bit better. 925-3261. That's our Talk Today WhatsApp. Give us a call on that and let's see if that works better, to see if we're able to hear you. Okay, so let's try that. Looking forward to hearing from you all. All right. We've been having some concerns about overpopulation and how it's affecting everything. So, wanted to remind everybody about the consultation meetings that's coming up. I will take a quick break and then I'll come back and give you guys that information. So just stay tuned. We'll be back with more Talk Today.
At Doctor's Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care. close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
The public is advised that tonight's public meeting for Plan Cayman in Savannah has been rescheduled for a later date. Details for the rescheduled public consult will be provided once confirmed.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
I'm here alone, didn't wanna leave. My heart won't move, it's incomplete. Is there any way I can make you understand? But how do you expect me to live alone with just me? 'Cause my world revolves around you, it's so hard for me to
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. We are having so much difficulty right now. You know, it's normal, right? Because the rain is going to stop. Certain things is not going to be playing around, and just apologies for that. If you all are out there, we really do still want to hear from you. So if you're able to text us or call in, please continue to keep trying. I did just want to remind everybody about this upcoming meeting because I think it's very important. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on in our community that we want to be on top of. But just remember that there's this consultation that they're going to be having because of the population growth and how it's fueling the public concern for a new plan. So, the I'm kind of looking at CNS as well and looking at some an article that was written about unchecked population growth that's fueling the rampant overdevelopment of the Cayman Islands, and it's at the heart of the public conversation on sharing the development plan. So they're getting together to do a draft planning statement, and the public consultation meetings are going to be. They've already started from the 6th of June. In Georgetown, Savannah was the 10th of June. Bordentown was supposed to be the 13th of June. From 7 to 9, Bordentown Church of God, North Side is the 4th of July, 7 to 9, Edna Moyle Primary School. And the 8th of July is supposed to be Cayman Brack, 7 to 9, Aston Ruddy Center. I'm saying supposed to be, obviously, because, anything can happen, but these are the dates. And Little Cayman is the 15th of July, 7 to 9, Little Cayman Beach Resort, as well as East End, 18th of July, 7 to 9, William Allen McLaughlin Civic Center. And there's a Facebook public virtual public consultation via the CIG Facebook Live and CIG YouTube Live, and that's going to be on the 18th of July from noon to 1 p.m. And that's going to be all islands. We do have a caller. We'll go to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. I hope I can hear you this time. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Hi.
Hi there. Right, I can hear you.
Oh my goodness. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Are you working from home?
Yes, absolutely. How did you know?
If Green said you're working from home, you better be careful. You're getting late.
Oh, wow. So what's on your mind?
Well, do you have any guests coming on?
Repeat that, please.
Do you have any guests coming on tonight?
I'm not even able to understand what you're saying. I don't know. It's the strangest thing.
Do you have any guests coming on? Any guests?
Oh, there were guests that were planned to come on, but I mean, obviously this rain is probably going to stop a lot of people from moving around. It is really, really crazy out there.
You just spoke about this consultation of population and the growth of the island. These meetings that you have
Right.
in every district. I just want to just put just a little thing on it for right now. You know what? It's too late for this. I'll leave it at that. It's too late. After they get the majority of hotels down that they want down, they got to come out with this. No, this is a joke to the people of this island. But Catherine, I want to say I saw a clip with a new hotel, the dark new hotel that's just opened down there on the public beach. And the clip was showing you where the MPs was down there cutting the ribbon and walking around and observing the building and the beautification of the building and so forth. I would like to know how many Caymanians have joined the employment line at that particular hotel. And I'm not talking about paper Caymanians. I'm talking about my little local Caymanian that who needs a job wherever department it was available. They did get into that place to work because what I saw inside there and the servers was in menial color. No disrespect to any color. You understand? And I just want them MPs that was in there to come up and tell us how many Caymanians got jobs since that hotel opened and what's going to become of the public beach, especially for the youth, for the locals, and the taxi drivers that go down there to take the visitors from the cruise ship. And when you see those people in there walking up and down as if they are very pleased and comfortable with what is being built on that 7-mile beach, I want to tell them that that building can't feed anyone on this island if they don't have a job inside that building. Beauty is what got the eyes of a lot of people on this island, and no job, and no food, and no shelter. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, Radio Cayman. I do understand. Radio Cayman could be a government station. Why Radio Cayman have to have commercials of places for this radio station when they say it is a government radio station? I don't want to answer now. We leave it right there. I'm quite sure someone will call me the answer.
Well, what was the question? Ask the question again, please.
What is the purpose of this saying that we have a local radio station? It's a government radio station. So why do the radio is running off of commercials? You follow me?
Yes, of course. Well, I mean, you know, commercials are actually, you know, people purchasing things, right? So, I mean, purchasing the spot. So that's kind of what would help support it as well. So you're saying basically that if it's funded by government, why is that? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because it's a government station. You got 2 hours on there, 2.5 hours or whatever the hours may be for us or many more to call in, and we are bombarded by 1 ton of commercials, and yet to say it is a government public radio station. It should be run by the government only. Why do you got to depend on ads to pay the like bill, water bill, or what, employees or whatever else they're paying? You understand?
More than likely, it's to supplement. But yeah, that's you know that's a question you posed in that question this afternoon.
Yeah, well, I think that you do something about it because you don't have a TV station and you don't have a radio station, as far as I'm concerned, because today of all days that we're having such bad weather and they decide to keep our schools open, I have nothing against going to work. But when you got to go to work in 2 jackets and 2 hats and an umbrella to take a few kids to school knowing that those kids was not going to stand outside in the rain, and the few that we got this morning, they were properly drenched with water, with rain. You understand?
Well, I understand that the school bus picked up children this morning in the Newlands area.
Yeah, but all the buses
to go to Clifton Hunter High School.
Buses was out. I went to work. In the rain. But the fact of the matter is, we don't have a proper bus stop for our children.
A proper, what was that?
Proper bus stop for the kids to go and stand up, not to be wet or to be sheltered from the rain or the sun or waiting on a bus, whatever the temperature may be. We don't have no proper bus stops in Cayman. The children not being protected on the road from anything.
Right.
In here we are, we doing this and we doing that, and we doing concessions and we put all these hotels down, but yet we can't get proper stops for our children, and our children supposed to be the future of this island, and then we use them every 4 years up on the platform. Our children, you know where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure if I can remember every 4 years anybody really talking about our children, though. I know they talk about a lot of stuff. I don't to tell you the truth, I haven't really I guess in the last 4 elections, I don't think the children have been the biggest concern. I think development has been a big concern, and progress and our island getting exactly where it is right now. But we've been hearing about this for a while.
But often they've been using our children for the political arena every 4 years. The majority of these politicians. I guess we have to go back and track down some because I've been listening and watching. I'm not into the politics. Don't get me wrong. But the fact of the matter is they properly use our children every 4 years. What they can do for the children and how the children got to be this and that and yakety yak and yakety yak. Come on, man. Our children is losing by the wayside on a daily basis. Our school system.
And you know what I can tell you too, Ms. Jan. What I can tell you also is that you keep saying that you're not into the politics, and I think maybe that's the problem. Maybe people like yourself that might be able to make a difference are continuing to say, I'm not into the politics. And so it's just like, if not you, then who? And so that's the problem. When we step aside and we allow other people to take these positions or vie for these positions and be successful, then we kind of get what we vote for. So I'd want to hear you say less that you're not into the politics and more into what can I do to really, really make a difference, because you're obviously pointing out a lot of things that are problematic.
But Catherine, I am fighting for my country, my people, but the fact of the matter is I don't have to go in the politics arena to fight for my people.
I get it. But who's fighting for us then?
And in dire need of their country to become back some of what it was before now that it's out of whack. And Tyson, I just want to say that I can't believe that all this weather been going on all morning. On the morning show, the radio came on morning show. They had a guest on there for the whole entire time that the hours for the show, and people out here want to talk. People out here probably desperate of need of help and would like to call together an opinion of who was on the talk show this morning or whatever the case may be. I mean, for those 2 hours came on was shut down to a degree from radio came on. And that is not fair to us, the people of this island. You got to go and listen to other radio stations to get what you want to get when we got our own radio station, the station. No, man, they got to go. They got to go.
Right. I understand, especially if people are in need of help, right? If they're in need of help, then they need to know where they can go to get that assistance too.
But radio, exactly agree with you, and the whole island know that 99.9% of our seniors and other people listen to the radio, and they've been looking forward to every day, the 3 days with OC and every day with you or Sterling. You understand? People are looking forward to it. And people called me this morning, told me they didn't even listen to this morning show because they wanted to hear what was happening on the road. They want to hear about the weather more and so forth and so forth. They just feel that they was not engaged. The radio came on was not engaged with the island this morning. And you know why? And I'm going to let you go. Because radio came on is a politics radio station. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling this afternoon. And I think it just in a response to the statement, I believe that Radio Cayman is supposed to be a neutral station. But I understand your concern, and I agree that there should be some place where if people are needing assistance, they're able to call. So is it a helpline, hotline, anything like that? So if anyone knows of something like that exists, that if people are in a crisis right now with this rain, with this flooding, I'm sure many people are going to be displaced, just vice versa, any type of thing. And if there's a helpline or hotline that people can call, please let me know. We're going to take a break, but of course, I'd love to hear from you because I'm here on my own this afternoon, and I am feeling the flooding and the rain and all the gloom as well. And so I'd love to hear from you guys. And that number, of course, that you can call us on is 925-3261. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
From boat days to beach gatherings, Leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet. Because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Flow presents Flow Mania, the first ever all-in-one bundle for mobile and fixed internet.
Wow, finally!
With an absurd 1 gig broadband connection at home. For real, that fast? Insanely fast 5G for the first time ever. Are you serious? And an incredible service to keep you going. Wi-Fi backup included. What? Woohoo! Go all in. Go full mania with Flow Mania. Calculate your savings when you sign up at discoverflow.com or in store.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm April Cummings. Police announce a series of road closures. Here's RCIPS Inspector Ian Yearwood.
As a result of flooding in Grand Cayman, we have been called upon to close the following roadways. East Boulevard with its junction at Walker's Road, heading into the Windsor Park area. Windsor Park Road with its junction also at Walker's Road and heading also into the Windsor Park area. Agnes Way heading onto the Linford-Pearson Highway, we've been called upon to close that roadway due to flooding. For those of you trying to get into Georgetown, we've closed the Linford-Pearson Highway westbound. This is from the area of Kings heading into Georgetown. There are also down power lines along Logwoods Way in Prospect, and we're asking motorists to please avoid using this roadway for your own safety. We will update you should the need arise to add any additional road closures.
And just a quick mention, the Red Cross shelter is open at this hour for people experiencing flooding. Stay tuned to Radio Cayman for our hourly updates. And if you have information you'd like to share with us, you can send us a voice note and pictures or video via WhatsApp at 938-8834. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
What is on our mind, Cayman? It is rain and flooding and dreary weather and water up to our knees, and in some cases, our waste. That's what's on our mind this afternoon. But that's how it is. It's gonna actually be okay. But this is our rain right now. So Catherine Tyson Sewell, I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Of course, you can join me 949-6990 or 949-8037. And looking at the hottest May on record rounds out the 12-month streak. So you know what? Usually when that kind of stuff happens, this is kind of expected. So this has been our last month was the hottest month that was ever recorded. So from June 2023 to May 2024, every month passes previous temperature records on the globe. Continues as the globe continues to warm. May, the global average surface air temperature was 65 degrees Celsius, and that's way above the 1991 to 2020 average. Okay, so you know what I mean? This is kind of expected. So here we are. We're getting some definite rains, and I know, boy, I tell you what did it say? Be careful what you wish for. I have heard so many people in the last couple of days, we need the rain, we need the rain. I just had a discussion with someone the other day. Oh, I'm so happy for the rain. It's going to rain this weekend, and I'm so happy about the rain. And, they asked me, you like the rain? I said, it sounds bad, but I don't really, really like the rain like that, because when it's raining, I'm somebody that doesn't like to walk up and down, go outside, drive, all that stuff. I don't like to do that, because I know you got to be careful. I know that people, listen, you're not just driving for yourself, you're driving for other people. And the rain just makes it a little bit, I guess, more risky. So for me, I rather stay inside, and that kind of keeps me away from living my life, So when it's raining, I'm not like that excited about it. But I know like people that are farmers or people that love to plant and stuff like that, they've been like identifying that the trees need rain, and the mangoes need rain to ripen. And I have a little cherry tree, I kind of planted it as a hedge. So it's this beautiful little cherry hedge. And trust me, all weekend I have been getting those beautiful red, sweetest, juiciest cherries because of the rain. But you be careful what you wish for, because here we are, and we're going to get through it. The RCIPS Traffic and Road Policing Unit warned motorists to slow down, increase the distance between themselves and the vehicles in front, and use their lights. Due to the flooding of the roadways, drivers should demonstrate courtesy and caution towards other road users, especially those walking or riding bicycles, and children making their way to school who are particularly vulnerable to passing vehicles. If every motorist demonstrates patience and drives to the conditions, will reduce the number of collisions and serious incidents on the roadways, said the traffic police. Temperatures will rise to the upper 80s. Winds will be southeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts. Seas will be rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Small craft should exercise caution over the open seas. Tonight, hopefully, there will be a less chance of shower, and it will get a little cooler. And then, it's supposed to push forward. So partly cloudy skies, moderate to fresh winds, rough seas through to Thursday morning. So it's going to be a kind of bleak week, but the Red Cross shelter is open to accepting residents. All right. So I did get that information, and I just heard it over our little bulletin for Radio Cayman as well. So yes, there is some place that you can go if you are in need of shelter, or if you're in need of anything. You can make your way to the Red Cross, but of course, stay off the road. If you do not have to go on the road, stay off the road, because it is not a fun place out there. All right, now are we going to do our news break now, or have we just kind of? All right, so we're going to wait a little bit. Now, I just heard my mom is in Seattle, And so she called me this morning and she said, "Oh, you guys are having so much rain." Because, when you're traveling, boy, I tell you, you could be a Caymanians, you could travel and you're going to know the news before people that are on the island. She tells me all sorts of stuff that I did not even hear about. So she called, she said, "Be careful in the waters. Let the people know, be careful, because there have been a lot of shark bites up here recently." That's in Seattle. She said, "So it seems that something's going on with the sharks." And I don't know, because I'm not a weather person and I'm, meteorologist and all that stuff. It's not even anything I've ever had any interest in. So someone can call and correct me on this, but I'm believing, and because we were also talking to what's his name there? Croy McCoy. Yes, Dr. Croy McCoy. We were talking about the environment. And somehow I got the little feeling that this rain of this magnitude might actually change the temperature in the water. And so when the temperature in the water is changed, please somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Call and please let me know, if I'm wrong, and just just set us straight. Anyway, we're going to take a break for the news. And of course, I'd love for you all to join me when we get back. So just stay tuned. This is Talk Today.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm April Cummings. The Red Cross shelter is open for those who are experiencing flooding. Let's check in with Radio Cayman's Jevi Ebanks, who has more from the shelter.
I'm joined by the shelter manager, Miss Marsha Thompson. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Tell me a little bit about how people can prepare if they need to come to the shelter.
Well, thank you for having us, and thank you for being here. As you can well see, we're the first and always will be the first shelter to be open on the Cayman Islands. Right now, we are open, as we said, from 10 o'clock until this inclement weather passes. And we're advising persons, first of all, to be safe. If you're on the road, please make your way off the road. If you are experiencing flooding, we ask you to contact 911. Now, 911 from there, they will actually contact either hazard management, they'll either contact the fire services or the police. From there, and regiment too as well. How can we forget them? Once you get in contact with them, they will arrange for you to be collected. Now, if you don't need transportation and you need to find a shelter, again, the Red Cross is open, right? And once you're collected by the regiment, police, or fire services, they'll bring you to the Red Cross. Now, when you're on your way here or when you're packing your bags, we ask that you pack your essential stuff. That would mean your blankets, your pillows. We do offer cots for residents who might be here, and bring your food, please. Bring water supply if possible. If you have it, we have it here, but we also advise you to bring your own supplies.
And what are the Red Cross prepared to do beyond what will happen today?
Well, should the weather continues, right, and we are hopefully it's the next 24 hours we'll have some sunshine. If not, then we'll be open, right? We'll be open to accept you. It's dry, it's fully air conditioned, right? And we do have some supplies here. So if you really can't afford it and you don't have it, let that not deter you from coming here. We will provide you with basic amenities for the period of time that you'll be here.
And is there anything that I didn't ask you but you wish to add for the public?
I would just say be safe, be careful on the roads, and we are here. We're open and we will remain open. We are always the first shelter to be open and always the last shelter to close as well. So if in the middle of the night you feel that you are being threatened by water, floods, or whatever, feel free to make your way to the Red Cross. We are available. Even though we're close to the doors, the main doors, we're still here. If you come after 12, we will still be able to take you in.
That is Miss Marsha Thompson, the shelter manager of the Cayman Islands Red Cross. Is Jevi Ebanks for Radio Cayman News.
Thank you, Jevi. Police also have announced a series of road closures. Here, once again, is Royal Cayman Islands Police Inspector Ian Yearwood.
As a result of flooding in Grand Cayman, we have been called upon to close the following roadways. East Boulevard with its junction at Walker's Road, heading into the Windsor Park area. Windsor Park Road with its junction also at Walker's Road and heading also into the Windsor Park area. Agnes Way heading onto the Linford Pearson Highway, we've been called upon to close that roadway due to flooding. For those of you trying to get into Georgetown, we've closed the Linford Pearson Highway westbound. This is from the area of Kings heading into Georgetown. There are also down power lines along Logwoods Way in Prospect, and we're asking motorists to please avoid using this roadway for your own safety. We will update you should the need arise to add any additional road closures.
Thank you, Mr. Yearwood. And stay tuned to Radio Cayman. We'll have updates on the hour at the top of the hour. If you have information you'd like to share with us, you can send us a voice note via WhatsApp at 938-8834. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
When you have a sports or fitness-related injury, trust the expertise of the HSA Sports and Exercise Medicine Clinic to get you back in the game. Our internationally trained and certified physicians specialize in sports traumatology, sports medicine, pain management, and orthopedic surgery. For treatment of common injuries such as tendonitis, arthritis, tennis elbow, rotator cuff, or knee tears, schedule a consultation with the Sports and Exercise Medicine Clinic at Smith Road Medical Center by calling 949-8600 or visit hsa.ky for more information.
Born in Creek, Cayman Brac on the 25th of September 1939, Henry Mansfield Connolly was the third of 8 children for Henry Kitchener and Olive Connolly, an experienced seaman with 30-plus years with national bulk carriers and doing ship-to-ship oil transfers off the Brac during the 1980s. He was also the founder of C&H Plumbing and an original band member of the famous Brac Beach Boys. During his time home from sea, he studied the art of catboat making and assisted his late grandfather-in-law, Mr. Arthur Dilbert, with the building of many catboats. Mr. Connolly loved serving in the community and was a volunteer during hurricane emergencies and assisted with the hurricane preparations, especially seeing to the safety of the elderly and the community. He would often share his fishing catch with friends and neighbors and bring Christmas gifts for the elderly. He was married to Elmitha Dilbert for 60 years and has 4 children, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting on a dry seat, thankfully. Wow, it is something else. I hope you all are keeping dry. Give me a call, please, 949-6990, 949-8037, or 925-3261. But that's the WhatsApp. So try those other numbers. We do have a caller on the phone. I believe it's Anne-Marie from the Family Resource Center. Good afternoon. You're on Talk Today.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon, Catherine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm just juggling being at home and working remotely. How about yourself?
Yeah, same.
Trying to stay dry.
Trying to stay, watching the rain. Oh my, yes.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, thank you so much for having me today. There were just a few things I wanted to update the public on. And I'm sure today they're preoccupied with staying safe and doing what they need to do. But hopefully they're tuning in and ready to listen to some other things that we have available for them.
Right, absolutely. So let's talk.
Yeah, so our agency has recently changed offices. That's number one. We used to be at 87 Mary Street, where work was is located. So we've just moved just down the road to 75 Fort Street. It's called Adonis House, and we're there now on the first floor. And so all of our current and active clients have been made aware, of course, but just to make sure that the general public are aware of that, we want to just continue to let people know that we've moved.
So repeat that, then. Repeat that for me, please.
So it's now called Adonis House. It's the old Applebee's building, just at the end of Fort Street, 75 Fort Street. That's where we are now.
So it's just like right around the corner then, right?
Yeah, just around the corner. So not a huge difference in terms of space, but yeah, we just want to make sure that the public are aware of that.
Okay. All right. Great. And when did you move?
Just recently. We've only really moved or settled ourselves in within the last week or two. We're starting to feel really settled. The good thing is programming hasn't really been much of an issue. We make sure to keep things going and not have our clients affected. So things have been going pretty smooth so far.
Okay. And so all of your services now have been moved from because it was at the Apollo House?
Apollo House, yeah. So all of it's been moved over. We're fully operational at 75 Fort Street.
Okay. What floor is it on again?
It's on the first floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we have some upcoming programming too I wanted to share about, one of which is a Parenting Your Digitally Distracted Child Forum.
Okay.
So the Parenting Your Digitally Distracted Child Forum, that's coming up. That's the final Saturday of June, the 29th. We are going to have guest speakers within the industry of mental health and child development, as well as us as parenting practitioners to just support parents as obviously we get prepared and go into that summer period. I know parents can get concerned about oftentimes screen time or screen use can increase, and it can be difficult to monitor that, especially if you're kind of reliant on family members or caregivers that might not be as well versed in that or in line with your values. So we want parents, and if your relatives who might be with your children over the summer want to be a part of that, you can bring them with you. But it's really targeting parents that have children between 2 to 12 years old.
Okay, and which you said was Saturday? Which Saturday again?
So the last Saturday of June, the 29th, in the morning from 9:30 to 11:30 at our new home, Adonis House, 75 Fort Street, on the first floor in Georgetown. The cost, as usual, to any of our services, of course, is free of charge. It's a fully funded government agency, so all our services to the public are free. It would just be a case of registering. We have our registration on our social media, or you can email frc@gov.ky to register.
Okay, and the name of that, I'm trying to catch it. You said parenting for, is it digitally distracted? What was it that you called it? I'm sorry, I don't want to misquote.
Parenting Your Digitally Distracted Child.
Ah, okay. So this sounds like almost every parent could be involved.
Yes, if you have children, then, obviously it's a part of our lives now, screen use, adults and children alike. But as things continue to evolve and our children continue to grow, it's important that obviously it's not just a free for all. It's about what are we monitoring? What are we accepting? What are we downloading? A lot of times friends want to, or children want to be just like their friends and have the same games and gadgets and things like that. And it's about each family deciding for themselves what's appropriate, doing the research to see what's age appropriate before bringing things into the home or before downloading. And having clear-cut rules around these things are very important too for parents' own management, before kind of the chaos builds up and it becomes just another major thing to manage. And if it is this big monster already for you to manage, thinking about, coming to the forum and discussing with us ways in which, how can we start to kind of navigate and change this a little bit. Maybe it's just reducing screen time. Maybe it's coming up with other activities to do instead. How can I manage this that is easy for me to stick to and for my family to stick to?
Right. Okay. And so that will be at the Family Resource Center on Saturday, the 29th of June, the last Saturday of this month, from 9:30 to 12:30?
9:30 to 11:30.
To 11:30. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So just that 2-hour slot in the morning, and you'll get information too about how screen time potentially can impact on behaviors, impact on development. So we're talking about things and making sure that you're informed on the research side of things, as well as giving practical strategies and tips. So an example could be, the thought of how do I replace screen time, when that obviously can be really useful for parents, especially in times like today where we're expected to maybe work from home and our children are maybe home with us. How are we managing that? And so that can be really challenging for parents to, or even very overwhelming. And so a simple thing can be reducing screen use to the point of, we're going to have screen-free zone and screen-free time. That's much easier to manage than trying to figure out the entire day. So if you know that the dining table while we're eating is a screen-free zone, that's easier for you to manage and to wrap your mind around. If you know bedtime is a screen-free time, all phones and screens are not in the bedroom, that's easier for you and your family to manage too, because everyone recognizes this is a screen-free zone, this is a screen-free time, and so that can be an easy strategy right there for parents.
Okay, that's good. So any other type of questions like that they might get answered that you'd be able to share just about this this kind of a workshop that you're having, right? It would be a workshop?
Yeah, I mean, we're calling it a forum, but it's certainly going to be partly a workshop, especially when the parenting practitioners are talking about strategies. I think the important thing to do as parents can be to actually monitor what is the screen use currently looking like. Do I know what apps and things, games and different things my children are using? Do I know how long they're potentially using it for? So actually monitoring what is the current space, what's currently occurring, that's very important, because if you don't have a good handle of what's currently occurring, you won't necessarily know how to really rein that in, right, so to speak.
Right.
So monitoring what's going on, what are they using, what are they watching, if you don't already know. So that's kind of step one. And then step two, thinking about, okay, this is what it's currently like. What do I need to put in place? Do I need to put in parental controls if I don't already have them? Do we need to talk as a family around what we need this to look like? Because change is going to take time on a parent's part and on the children. And so being realistic, instead of saying, okay, we're never going to use phones or laptops again. Of course you are, because you need to, and there's useful reasons that we use technology, but just being realistic in maybe I'm just going to make sure that we're turning it off 30 minutes before bedtime from now on. And so you're going to keep your goal very realistic, or whatever it may be, but you have to figure that out for your family. and for depending on the ages of your children, the needs of your children. So it's good to come with questions and thoughts and your own research. We'll also, a great website for parents is commonsensemedia.org. You can look up reviews of games, what other parents are saying. You can check the ratings of things, find out, what are some of the values or various messages that a particular movie or game might be teaching your children. So things like that, having those tools are really, really helpful for parents.
All right, that sounds amazing. So that will be a Parenting Your Digitally Distracted Child forum or workshop. And you'll be answering some questions like, how do I replace screen time? So giving tips and ideas to parents that might actually be maybe kind of at their wits' end, and they don't know, because that I feel like that beast can grow so fast, right?
Yeah.
And so being able to really nip it in the bud or just address it, but in an effective way, so that it's going to still be very beneficial to your children, that they won't feel like they've just lost this thing, right?
Right. Because what tends to happen a lot is parents mostly use screen time as a reward or a punishment in the home. And that obviously can be effective, but actually having rules and teaching your children safety too around digital use. Basically, we're digital citizens is what a lot of the literature talks about now. And so when we were young, we were on bikes and outdoors, and we can certainly encourage that more from our children and create that sort of environment, but recognizing that times are changing and we have to also teach them how to be safe when they're online and using their gadgets and so forth, and how they carry themselves and how they respond to potential risky or threatening behavior too. So all of these things are really important, and just questioning what they see on social media. Is this someone I want to be following? Is this a message I want to be sharing? So even on that side of things, questioning and being critical thinkers, basically, that's what we want raise our children to be, right?
All right. Yes. And also just being responsible for the people that are influencing our children, and that's exactly what they're doing. And sometimes I think what happens, because you're speaking as a parent, right? Sometimes what happens is you're so overwhelmed yourself, and even parents of little ones that, you can sit them in front of even a Miss Rachel or, Coco Melon, and you know what I mean? These things that kind of help. And you sit them in front of that, and an hour passed and you didn't even realize they're sitting in front of this program for an hour. And so I feel like other alternatives would be really great for situations like that, because, it really is. It really is kind of a help to you at that moment, but maybe in the long run it might not be. So I think just giving parents alternatives would be great as well, because parenting is being active, right? So I'm kind of thinking that might also be good. If parents just kind of felt like, okay, what do I do in these instances, because I need some help.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, there is so much kind of thinking, and it can be, like you said, it can become a really big beast really quickly. And we are going to share a lot about how do you encourage that positive, healthy relationship with your child. That right there is the other activity. It can be sharing about an interest that you have. It can be talking simply with your child about their interest or an activity around that interest. So thinking about what you like and what your child likes, talking about those interests, and then actually doing them, whatever that might be, playing basketball, and maybe it is screen use, but you doing it together increases that positive, healthy relationship with your child. And you can't go wrong if that's what you're working towards. So you can't go wrong there.
And so you said that the children that you're talking about are from 2 to 12?
Yeah, so parents of children 2 to 12, because of course 12 plus, you're getting into other realms. You know, teenagers are definitely on their phones a lot. That becomes their main access point to their friends.
Right.
But by talking to the parents with children 2 to 12, you can prepare for that stage as well, because by then it can be handled, but it can become so much more challenging by that stage. And we recently had a Safe Start forum, and a lot of the parents where we were discussing digital use talked about, you know, at this point, it's so much more challenging. Not to say it's impossible, and it is something you still want to manage, but being proactive and preventative is certainly much easier for parents to think about and go forward in. But of course, those who have adolescents and they want to get support, they can come to us directly for individual parent coaching. We're here to support them with that.
Okay, that sounds great. So I'll only ask, are you going to include any type of energy pills for parents? Because parents are tired. Parents are exhausted.
It is so exhausting, and something I've recently done in the last year is really push with my own kind of fitness and health, because there are a lot to keep up with. And even with all of that, it's still a lot, and just a mental load, right? But
it is, because I tell you, parents will sign up tomorrow if you got one little pill, one little energy. I'm joking, by the way.
The energy our children have basically is what we need.
No, what we need, you write about that, because I don't know where they get it. Oh my goodness, it is something.
But I have noticed that parents that rely on one another talk to one another and ask for ideas, and you know, even just going over to relatives' house that are raising children around the same age and seeing how they do things and what they say, and adopting that, you know, if that's what works for you and your children. It's really nice to rely on other parents and have that peer support, because it can be very hard just doing it on your own and trying to figure it all out on your own. And you don't have to. That's what we're here for, and we're here to support you.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, for everything that you guys do, obviously. And now they can find you. Remind them again where you are.
Right. So we've moved again to the first floor of Adonis House, which is 75 Fort Street. We're just at what used to be the Applebee's building. So we're just down the road, not too far. And all our current clients are aware, but we just want to make sure the public's aware. So again, the first floor of 75 Fort Street, which is now called Adonis House.
Okay. And where can they register again for this? Can you just give them your handles?
Yeah. So we are on Instagram and Facebook avidly. So FRC Cayman or Family Resource Center, you can find us, and the link is right there in our bio. But if you want to, you can reach out and just email us at frc@gov.ky, and we'll send you the registration link.
All right, great. Anne-Marie, this is awesome. So you're on the 29th of June, Saturday 29th, from 9:30 to 11:30. You're having a Parenting Your Digitally Distracted Child or Children forum or workshop, and answering some questions, helping, just assisting, just getting them through this whole screen time era that we're in, really. And you're talking to parents of children 2 to 12 years old. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And it's going to be us there as parenting practitioners to support you with that, give you practical strategies, as well as keep you informed on what research is saying around screen use. The more informed parents are, the better decision makers we are, right?
Yes. And they can register at FRC Cayman. That's on your Instagram, or email frc@gov.ky.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
All right. Sounds awesome. This is great. Yes, I think this was actually needed to break into what is happening outside in our world, because this too shall pass. And when it does, we're still parents and we're still, needing some support to get us through our days and get us through this whole parenting journey. So I think this is incredible. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and chatting about that. Look forward to some people signing up for this. Do you have like a cap at how many you're going to be able to facilitate on this day?
Well, I think in terms of spacing, we can certainly accommodate about 30 parents. But if we get more than that, of course, we are flexible. And so we will make it work no matter what and figure it out. But don't worry too much about that. You go ahead and register and we'll see you there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. That was Anne-Marie. Remind me again of your last name, please.
Anne-Marie Diaz from the Family Resource Center.
Yes, absolutely. And you all are now in your new fancy digs over there at that's 75 Fort Street, which used to be Appleby, and it's the first floor. It's called the Adonis House.
Adonis House. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ms. Tyson, for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure catching up with you guys. And thank you all so much for what you do over there at the Family Resource Center.
Absolutely. You take care, ma'am.
And you take care also. Stay dry and have a good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Stay safe. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break from Talk Today, but we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet, because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
The public is advised that tonight's public meeting for Plan Cayman in Savannah has been rescheduled for a later date. Details for the rescheduled public consult will be provided once confirmed.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Celebrate Father's Day with Digicel. This Father's Day, give Dad the gift of better connectivity with Digicel. Switch Dad to Digicel and get 50% off the plan for the next 3 months. It's the perfect way to show your appreciation and keep Dad connected. Switching is easy. Visit your nearest Digicel store today. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Make this Father's Day one to remember with Digicel. Better connected.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
The Council of Older Persons is proud to present the first Aging in the Cayman Islands Forum. This forum will be held on Saturday, 15th of June at Sir Vassal Johnson Hall at UCCI and is free to the public and open to all ages. Registration will open at 8:30. Presenters and topics aim to truly reflect the needs of Caymanians and residents so we can all age with dignity. For more information, visit www.gov.ky/Older Persons Council.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am your host. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. And it has become a great, end to an interesting stint sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Who knew it was going to be like a Monday like this? Wow, this is something else. I can tell you, it feels like it's easing up though. However, now and then it feels like it's even, it's kind of easing up, and then it'll just bust down again. But you know what? We're coming. I think we're close to the end of that. I really didn't get any information about that shark thing, so I hope that somebody calls and lets me know. But what I want to remind everybody is be careful in the ocean. No one should really be out there anyway. There shouldn't be any vessels out there. There shouldn't be any bodies out there. So I know if you're from other countries and you're accustomed to this sort of weather and you're in the tropics, you still think, I want to go sit down on the beach. Do not. This is not the time. No one wants to read about that tomorrow. Okay, so stay safe out there. Stay safe. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that it might be, something with all of this rain is changing. Because I don't know if you've ever been in the sea, we call it, right, in the ocean, when it's raining. When we were kids, we used to do foolishness like that. I call it foolishness because I would never now. And it just started to feel different in the water. Just felt different. I don't know if it felt warmer or colder or what. And so maybe that could be, what's happening, because there's a whole underworld, underwater world going on that we're not aware of. And that's for, the fish and the coral and the crabs and lobsters and all those, they're living their life under there. And we interfere with them sometimes, but I think that might be what's happening. And so the sharks are coming closer to the shore, apparently in Seattle. So just be very careful. We do have a caller. We're going to go back to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Yeah, I've been listening, and there's been a lot of hoopla about the weather. And,
yeah,
there's not a heck of a lot out of the ordinary of what we've seen over the last, 2 or 3 days, than what has been happening over the years.
Right.
It's just that I think we've complicated the process a lot more.
Aye. This kind of goes back to our conversations, I think, about the people that we have today versus the people from your day or my day, even. It's so.
I mean,
we're so used to luxury. You're not used to hardship, man.
Yeah. You mentioned about going in the sea, bathing in the sea during the rain. I mean, it was a beautiful sound if it was raining hard and you dove down maybe 10, 15 feet and listened to the raindrops falling on the water.
Right.
And
yeah,
a rain like this, everybody got a good rain bath.
I tell you, I remember that as a young child. I remember my brothers. They were the best, man. They used to run out there with soap and all kind of foolishness because they were just being extra. But I remember all the neighborhood children just running around in the rain and just standing underneath the corner of the house where it pours down on top of you, and it was the best fun.
Yes. I mean, if you've never had a rain bath in the open, you missed a heck of a lot in life.
Yeah, I mean, are you really Caymanian? That's how we should determine whether you came on it or not. That should be the basis of how we give out of how we give out what do they call it, the status or the residency.
Permanent residency and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm gonna get in problems. If you've never had a rain bath, well, you go back and come back when you have, because that's a part of our culture.
Yeah, I mean, it was times that the roads that there were available was flooded for, that section of road right up from the police station in West Bay going up towards Bottomanu, right past Parsons, where Parsons businesses is located at. Sometimes that would be flooded over for weeks. And in fact, there was times when they had canoes there. And old folk or people needed to get across there. Somebody would take them across on their boat if the canoe was there.
Wow. You see? I remember too on Walker's Road. I remember when the little kids they used to get into a little boat. Because it used to be really bad. Now they're calling it Windsor Park, the entrance off of Walker's Road to what they're calling Windsor Park. Now, we didn't call it that those days. It was such a low area. It would be literally a boat could be on there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, according to what the weather people are saying, I think it's kind of, the old people say, moving away. So, hopefully that there'll be some lesson learned that can be applied going forward.
What are some of those lessons?
Well, I suppose if they go back and look at, I'm not sure that I'm okay at this time with all the areas that's been flooded, but what I see, it seems that there could have been more thoughtfulness go into what was applied. Well, anyway.
Well, then how are you? Are you staying dry?
Oh, I'm staying dry, yeah.
But you're enjoying the rain too, right?
Well, yes. We've been crying for rain, and we got it now, and it's I guess it's like the old song says, never satisfied when it's hot. We want it cold, and when it's cold, we want it hot. And
Always. And it's been really hot and dry lately. So I guess this will be something that we can satisfy with a little bit. And then,
even with Sunday, I guess it might have been Saturday with the rain that was falling, the humidity was still high. You could feel it, even if it was just drizzling, So.
Yep, absolutely.
Got to preserve more trees and all that kind of stuff, and don't have so much reflected heat, induced heat in the community.
Yes, absolutely. So this is good for the earth.
No. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. You have a great afternoon. All right. Yes. So, if you want to give us a call, you can give us a call here, please. We'd love to hear from you this afternoon. It is a lot going on out there. A lot of people are very concerned, but as that caller just said, hey, let's enjoy it, because it's gonna pass, but we needed it. So 949-8037, 946-6990. That is the number that you can reach me on. And we are here on Talk Today. Looking forward to just chatting and helping you through this little moment. That's what it is. It's a moment, right? We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
Ian Yearwood, Inspector of Police, Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. This is a 12:45 update. In addition to the already named road closures, we are updating to inform you that Linford Pearson Highway heading east. This will be coming from Agnes Way onto Linford Pearson Highway heading east towards the Lion Center. We have been forced to close the roadways to allow National Roads Authority to deal with getting some of the water off the roadways, and we're asking motorists, where possible, please avoid, if possible, to stay off the roadways to allow for the emergency services and the necessary agencies to do some road clear up.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet, because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
The 23rd Annual Talent Exposition of the Arts, Tranquility is here. Presented by the New Self-Help Foundation, Sunday, June 30th at the Harkwell Theater.
Proudly sponsored by Rainbow Realty, Water Authority Cayman, Cayman National, NCB Group, Burger King, CUC, Mitsubishi, A.L. Thompson, McGrath, Caymanian Times, and Radio Cayman.
Tickets are available from the #1 shoe shop and Winner's Circle Sports. Prepaid tickets, $15 or $20 at the gate.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting in for Sterling this afternoon, and I'm going to go straight to the phones because I see we have some callers. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today. Not able to hear you. All right, let's go to the other call. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. How are you holding up out there?
Like Locks will say, I'm dumb if you're doing dumb if you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, the part of it he said, if it's sunshine, you want rain, and if it's rain, then you want sunshine. So, it's just part of human being nature. Catherine, I just wish that, the drivers on the road would be a little bit more courteous and have a little bit more consideration and slow down when they're going through the big puddles of water. I mean, they're going through it like they're the only one on the road in the water. Sometimes when they hit the side of my truck, it feels like, a big wave coming, into you. And, they can do better than this. So maybe that's something you might want to put out there and just ask the people for what it's worth. Because they're not going to listen to you or me or anybody else. And, it's a disgrace. They just need to slow down when they're in the big puddles of water and just have a little bit of common courtesy for other drivers. Thank you very much.
Right. That's great. Thank you. You're so right. Thanks for calling this afternoon. I appreciate that. Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing, right? I think people tend to forget that they are actually sharing the world with other people. Like, it's not just you. So you're right. Really pay attention and have some courtesy for each person, especially right now, what's going on out there. Like, you have to be extra careful, but look at the other cars and look at the people in front of you, behind you, and not just think about yourself. Thank you so much for that call. We do have another caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Hey, good afternoon, Catherine.
Hi there.
Okay. Concerning the flooding, I think most of the areas that we're seeing now that has pretty much gotten worse is because of the land that's being filled in. And the planning department has to take it more seriously than what they're doing. There's a piece of land in Baramanyo in West Bay that people were trying to stop them from building on because it holds a lot of water. And now that they've filled that land in to build apartments, the water is now going over into other people's property. And when it comes to land such as that, DART owns land from Baramanyo Road all the way up to almost to the swamp in Georgetown. And if the government allows DART to fill in all that land that he owns from Baramanyo all the way to the swamp, there's going to be some serious flooding on the main roads and in those areas. So I hope the government have plans on getting more serious about allowing people to be filling in land, no matter who they are, even if they're DART. They have to realize that this cannot continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much too for that call this afternoon. I mean, absolutely. I would expect that with any type of development, there needs to be a proper plan, but not even like a plan, but like an anticipation of the things that will occur as a result of this particular part of the development, because every action has a reaction. So I'm imagining that it just shouldn't be like an ad hoc thing where, you're able to develop over here, but you're not concerned about, what's going to happen to the property across the street, or what's going to happen to the road, or what's going to happen to I mean, obviously there needs to be some sort of thought process before anything like that occurs. I would hope that's what has been happening or what should be happening. And if it isn't, then we need to be thinking about that. So thank you so much for that call this afternoon. Got a little text. Get used to the chaos that comes with the rain. It will become normal and worse as we continue development without consideration. Let me tell you, I hope that that's not like prophetic words, because we have to be so careful the things that we say, the things that we throw out into the atmosphere, into the universe. I'm telling you, I am an example. I have so many examples in my life where I've said things and they've come to fruition, and I wish I had not said it. I wish that I had just said the opposite, because if it were because of the words, like the Bible says, right? The tongue speaks life or death, or it's life or death you can spoken by the tongue. So let's hope that's not prophecy. We do have a caller on the line, so we'll go back to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Lady Catherine, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Oh, not as good as you.
Really? How you doing out there?
Well, so far I'm all right.
That's good.
You gotta think about other people. I still believe that they should get the hurricane shelter slash homeless shelter prepared for people, hopefully, in the future, because I'm sure a lot of people are homeless right now because of the flooding, and they can't stay inside the homes because the water rise. I mean, where I am, I haven't seen that in years, and something got or should be done. Prepare some types of shelters. Not only the Red Cross and the other ones, but you'll have a lot of other people that need some place to stay. So that's basically what I want to say. I think they should get a little more advanced in this country, because sometimes we think there are a lot of people that say that, oh, we won't have a hurricane this year, oh, it won't be a hurricane, oh, it won't be this, it won't be that. But this is the Caribbean, this is Cayman, this is what happens. So we got to prepare for all these things, You know what?
Right. Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say.
All right. Well, thank you so much, for that call this afternoon. It's so true. We really have to pay attention, right? Because if not, we might miss the boat on these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys just stay safe out there for sure. And remember, you can call the Red Cross if you need assistance.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. Take care. Have a great afternoon. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Talk Today. And thanks for the calls. Keep them coming. We're going to take a break soon for the news again, a little news break. But just wanted to remind you of the Talent Exposition of the Arts is on June 30th. That's $15 prepaid, $20 at the door. It's a lot of great acts going on there. It's an awesome show. You don't want to miss it. You can purchase your tickets at the number one shoe shop for $15. Like I said, it should be more because it's amazing. And also at Winter Circle. So you can get your $15 prepaid tickets there. And then, of course, you can wait at the door for $20. I wouldn't wait if I were you, because it does fill up fast. And also, don't forget, Aging in Cayman Forum. That's going to be on Saturday, June the 15th. That's this coming Saturday. It's at UCCI. It starts at 10 a.m., but the registration is at 8:30, and there's a continental breakfast and a working lunch. And so don't miss that, because all of us are affected by aging one way or the other, whether it's us personally or whether it is a family member or somebody, right? So we need to really be mindful of our aging process in Cayman and also be sensitive to it, because as Miss Lucille Seymour said, old people don't need to just sit home. They need to be anywhere. They should take up space, and I absolutely believe that. We're going to take a break right now, a news break and a couple of messages. We'll be back with more Talk Today. Stay tuned.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
Our storm coverage continues at this hour, with the Cayman Islands National Weather Service still expecting the rain to ease up later today. However, we're still dealing with flooding across Cayman. Good afternoon, I'm Jevi Ebanks. Let's check in with Radio Cayman's Carsley Fuller to see how things are going.
I've just been on the roads heading out east away from central Georgetown now because of that road closure I knew, which was underway at the Linford-Pearson Highway. That pretty hairy video that was circulating around on social media earlier today, I decided to go the South Sound route. And I must say it was relatively easy. There was only a little bit of pooling on the roads, and the drivers that I saw were all being very careful. Everyone had their lights on. Everyone was going very slowly. And in fact, the only area that was any kind of problem was the same one that you hit coming towards town just before Countryside by Otto Watler's farm. There was quite a bit of heavy flooding across the road there. Otherwise, things seem to have calmed down a bit. It is still raining in Lower Valley, but certainly not at the level that we were seeing earlier today. No thunder or lightning, so maybe that weather is blowing out by this afternoon and things will be clear by school time. Reporting for Radio Cayman from Lower Valley, I'm Carsley Fuller.
Thank you, Carsley. Closures and cancellations are due to the weather. The Department of Vehicle and Driver's Licensing closed its Crew Road office, with rainwater getting into the main building, affecting the customer lobby. You're directed to use online services until things get back to normal. The Central Planning Authority and the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing, Infrastructure, Transportation and Development has postponed tonight's public consultation meeting. It has now been moved to July 25th. All Health Services Authority locations, including district health centers, remain open today. If you're unable to make your appointment due to weather, please contact the clinic to reschedule, or if you require further guidance or advice. Keep listening to Radio Cayman for updates and information. I'm Radio Cayman's Jevi Ebanks.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. Yes, it has been one for the books. And as our caller has said, you know what? It's normal. It's nothing new. It's always been happening. So get with it. This too shall pass. I just saw a speech from Denzel. Well, Denzel Washington. He was accepting an award, and he said this at the end of it. He said, "Ease is a bigger threat to progress than hardships." Wow, that was, to me, that was so deep. You get it? Do you guys get it? Ease is a bigger threat to progress than hardship. So when things are easy, you're not inclined to push. You're not learning anything. You're not getting strong, right? You just get up every day and it's all easy. But when hardships come in, you have to be on the alert. You have to think on your feet. You have to be creative. You have to be resilient. And so we have to start thinking about, I'm just referring to one of the callers, obviously, Miss Jan. We have to start thinking about the hardships that we are facing or the things that are happening in our country that are seemingly well beyond our control. There are some things that are literally beyond our control now because it's gone so far, as you rightly will say when you call in and you make these statements, right? This last text will get used to the chaos that comes with the rain. It'll become normal and worse as we continue development without consideration. As I said before the break, I hope that's not a prophetic word, but that means that we have to be thinking on our feet. So there are some things that might be beyond our control. I always think, when I'm faced with a hardship, how do I solve this? How do I get through this? Because that's where we need to be. We need to be in that thought process of how do we get through this, right? And when you talk about, the new hotel having all these people lining up to get these positions, but they're not people that seemingly, look like us or are from here or whatever, that can be a message to us as well, that so many people want to come to Cayman to work. They don't care what they do when they get here. They want to work and they're willing to stand in the lines and get the jobs. And so even though one part of the story, you can look at it from one standpoint, and that standpoint may have truth to it. I'm not denying the truth to it. The other standpoint is that maybe we need to start getting in those lines as well. So I never listen, in my life, I'm sure a lot of you can attest to this in your own life, but in my own life, there has been lots of hardships and lots of, indicators that might have dictated that I might not be a successful person, or the road to success was going to be very difficult for me. A lot of you know my story of being a single mother to 3 children at 26 years old. Yeah, you've heard it. You're done hearing it. Who cares, right? But it really is a story of resiliency that a lot of us have. And a lot of us are able to talk about, just like when Mr. Loxley calls in and the other older people, I call them our elders, that are able to share how difficult it was to get from point A to point B. I think Mr. Loxley was talking about riding his bicycle from West Bay to Fort Street to eat some tapioca pudding from a young lady. We were talking about that when we were advertising the D-Day celebrations down at Pedro St. James. And taking a boat, or a ship to Miami, when he moved to Miami, because his father wanted to apply for their papers. I mean, just think about it, right? And when I think about my journey as a 26-year-old mother of 3 in the U.S., right, and not having family or friends near me that could help out, and still being able to get an education, get a bachelor's degree, and eventually even got a master's degree, and raise these 3 kids that they're also, college educated people. None of that was easy. None of that was simple. And I remember there were sometimes, stories from even American people saying, oh, islanders take all of our jobs, and islanders take all of our men, and foreigners take all of our men. And I remember hearing those stories even when I was in the US, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? You guys have so much. Like, some of the things that I'm getting is because of the things that they're offering to you guys. So get in the line. And I have to always say that, get in the line. Do not sit on the sidelines of the line and complain about who's in the line. And no, I'm not sending Caymanians out there to mop people's floor, because I've had people say comments like that, which is sheer ignorance. No, I'm not sending you out to mop floors, but I can tell you what, if I had to mop a floor, there were times when I had to do menial things to get where I am, or to get to the successful place that I was able to get to in my life, and be able to sit back and go, wow, that was hard, but I got through it. So that's all I'm saying, that if it's just like looking at the rain. and the flooding, and just kind of sitting in that and going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Or just realizing that it's going to pass. And if my room just got flooded out, I'm going to get a mop or a bucket or a broom and start sweeping. You're going to start solving it right away, because if you don't start solving it right away, maybe it's going to be worse, right, in the long run. So that's all I'm saying, is that I feel like a lot of other countries that are accustomed to struggle, or they're accustomed to adversity, or accustomed to competition, can survive in adversity better than we can, because we've been so accustomed to ease. And so that brings me back to the ease is a bigger threat to progress than hardships. So I want us older Caymanians, or I want us, people that are on the other side of success, where you really had to work to get there, to start telling those stories and start to inspire our young people to think in those ways, because and strengthen their back. Man, we got to strengthen their back, because when we were talking about Mr. Loxley's father, like Alfonso Wright, who's over there at Celebrate Cayman, he had a copy of Mr. Loxley's father, and he was 12 years old when he went, to sign up. And Mr. Loxley said that for the war and the service, and Mr. Loxley said it might have been before that, would have been just the time that it was actually documented. Imagine, when I think of some of our young men that are 25 or 35, they couldn't sign up for nothing right now, nothing like that for sure, right? Because we're so used to an easy way, and it could be one of the reasons why we're in the situation that we're in right now, because we're so used to sitting down and things getting so easy, and the people just coming around us and just scooping up things. And of course, representation is very important, and the people that we have representing us should have been the gatekeepers, or should continue to be the gatekeepers, but here we are. So instead of lamenting about what coulda, shoulda, woulda happened, we need to talk about what's going on right now, and what can we do in the midst of this storm to get through the storm, right? What can we do to get through the storm? Because I think that that's going to be, what matters most, is how do we land on our feet? Like sometimes you throw a cat outside, and the cat flying in the air, and what does it do? It lands on its feet. That's our opportunity right now as Caymanians to think about, how are we going to land on our feet? Because what's going on around us, some things we just have no control over. But what we do have control over is landing on our feet. That's what we have control over. And I don't know about you, but if you only have one passport and it has the Cayman Islands on it, this is your place. This is where you have to be fighting. This is where you have to stand strong and figure out, how do I get in those lines and not let anybody push me out of those lines? Because they're going to have to push me out the line. They're going to tell me I cannot be there, because I will certainly be there. And that's what I want to leave with you guys. I'm going to take a quick break. We're almost at the end of the show. I would love to hear from you guys when we come back. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Talk Today.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet, because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com. Celebrate Father's Day with Digicel. This Father's Day, give Dad the gift of better connectivity with Digicel. Switch Dad to Digicel and get 50% off the plan for the next 3 months. It's the perfect way to show your appreciation and keep Dad connected. Switching is easy. Visit your nearest Digicel store today. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Make this Father's Day one to remember with Digicel. Better connected.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Brit K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Have you completed and returned your business survey forms? The deadline for the annual business surveys is June 14th. The surveys are confidential under the Statistics Act and exempt from the Freedom of Information Act. Your response matters. Do your part. Fill out and return your survey forms to the Economics and Statistics Office. For assistance in completing the forms or for more information, call 244-4676, 244-4600, or visit www.eso.ky. Remember, better data, better decisions, better business.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon, Catherine Tyson Sewell. Yes, we are almost at the end of the show. So if you did want to give a call and, you had something to say, something on your mind or a question, please give us a call before we sign off today because, I got, maybe 12 more minutes? Anyway, just wanted to remind you guys about the Family Resource Center. They have now changed to the first floor of Adonis House. It's on 75 4th Street. We just talked to Anne Marie Diaz, who called in about that. And there will be a forum happening the end of the month. It's June I don't know why I keep mixing up June and January. I guess it's because the J. But June 29th is from 9:30 to 11:30, and it's the parents of children 2 to 12 years old, and it's parenting your digitally distracted child. It's a forum. It's a workshop. Obviously, we all probably need that if we have children that we're raising. Register at the FRC Cayman Instagram, Facebook, or email frc@gov.ky. And if you wanted to check out a website that might be able to help you in the meantime anyway, is commonsensemedia.org. Some questions: how do I replace the screen time? What are some of the things that I can do to replace that? And I guess they should have the screaming wars that you might have as a result of it, but that'll pass too. Monitoring the screen time. What are your children watching? How can you fix something if you don't know what you need to fix? And, what do you need to put in place? And encouraging some activity with your children. Also, we do have, I'm trying to see if we have a caller on the phone. Not sure if we do have, I don't think we do, but I did want to just advertise. This is Father's Day giveaway. Okay, Father's Day is coming up. It is the 16th of June. Get ready. For those of us, we always talk about Mother's Day. I know that. But for fathers, we also need to recognize it's Father's Day giveaway. It's a beautiful Invicta genuine leather, a 16 feet water resistant Japanese, not there, Japanese chronograph men's watch from Princess the Cayman Jewelers. And how can you enter for this giveaway? I'll tell you right now how to enter. You got to follow Miss Global International Cayman. All right. So Miss Global International Cayman, that's on Instagram, or Miss Global International Philippines, or the Princess Jewels, the _Princess _Jewels 2007. And you have to like this post and tag 3 friends. Okay? So you have to follow the page, like the post, tag 3 friends, and you will be entered to win this beautiful Invicta watch for Father's Day. The giveaway will end on Saturday, and you will get that watch to give the father in your life, whether it's your husband, your baby daddy, your brother, your uncle, grandfather, or your father. Okay, so and then I'll just encourage you to go follow and like Miss Global International Cayman and Miss Global International Philippines page anyway, because there's awesome things going on there. And you know, that's my babies. So go ahead and do that. That would be awesome. You guys, thank you so much for calling this afternoon. I know it's raining out there, but you all are riding. Y'all, what do you call it? Ride or die. Ride or die. Talk today crowd, boy. I love you guys. I love you guys. But remember this, as you continue to stay dry out there and be careful and respect one another, respect the people that are on the roads, and remember that you're not out there by yourself. And if you need help, you know to call on somebody. Don't just be sitting suffering in your life for anything, really. If you're going through something and you're suffering, and you know you're in Cayman, and I can tell you the difference between living in a larger place than living in Cayman is that you can call somebody, and that people actually do care. They will come and bring you a little bowl of soup or something. They'll share medicine with you. I had a headache one day. I think I was at, I don't know if it was Foster's. I don't even know where it was. No, it wasn't Foster's. It was somewhere that I couldn't buy any medication. And I said it, and they were like, "Oh, you want ibuprofen?" Literally, the woman went in her purse. Okay, this does not happen in the U.S. I lived in the U.S., more than half my life, probably. Well, probably half my life at this point, right? And no one does that. So that's why we also have to realize why people love this place when they come here. This is unreal. This is an amazing place to be, and this is your home. This is where you're from, right? You say you live where people vacation. Well, honey, people want to come and live here. So you got something to fight for. So stand up. And remember, ease is the biggest threat to progress and hardships. Okay? So that easy life that we have been allowed to live this long, all right. Want to thank the Lord for it. But now we got to stand up, put up our dukes and try to duke it out. All right? And do not stand by the sidelines. Get into the middle. Because no boxer in the world has ever won a fight by staying in the corner. And the people that love him, they are putting Vaseline on his eyes and his face, and they are pushing him back out into the middle. Because that's the only way that you can fight is when you're in the middle. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. If we don't have any more calls, I'll share the number once again, 925-3261. You can go ahead and give us a call on that, or 949-6990. or 949-8037. That's my last call for you. If you do want to say something, that's your last call for today. And if not, then of course, we're going to be here same time, same place. So I'm going to give you guys just a few more minutes, 925-3261, 949-6990, 949-8037. Have a great evening. And if you need any help, please call the Red Cross or call a friend. We do have a caller. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Hey, good afternoon again, Jeffrey.
Hi there.
I was speaking to you earlier about some people that wrote in some letters and had a lot of signatures in the Bottom New area the planning department concerning some apartments that people wanted to build in that area.
Right.
Because they didn't want them to fill it in because it was going to cause flooding in the land next to the land that's being built on. Well,
right.
I just crossed there just not too long ago, probably about 20 minutes ago. And the two pieces of land now that are next to the houses and next to the Macross store, those two pieces of land are just flooded. Just flooded, as the people said, and it looks like two huge swimming pools right there now. Must be at least about, I would say, about 2.5 feet of water in that area there now, and it's just flowing right into the areas where the people were saying that it was going to do, and that's exactly what it's doing. So I don't know who is in charge of planning, but if this continues in the future, we're going to have some serious problems with people who already have homes in those areas. They're going to have some serious problems with when it comes to flood damage. Thank you.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for that call. The only thing I can say to that is that I do believe that what happens in instances where people are collecting signatures and they're fighting against something, I do believe it's too late at that point. I think it's a done deal. And I think that a lot of things that we don't realize have already been done and there's no way to undo it. And so we probably need to get to the bottom of that first before we can even try to maybe combat the problem when it's occurring, because at that point it's too late. Because that same thing happened down at the 7 Mile Beach, where those ladies were picketing that they didn't want the road blocked off or whatever. That was already a done deal, as you can see. So I think that's where we need to start. And it's not funny, but it's pretty serious, because yes, it will be a problem. And then I keep thinking about other places, like larger places like the UK or Canada or the US, and how things like this probably do happen every day. But because we're on a small island, we're able to see these things. So I believe that there's some level of us understanding that there are some things that are beyond our control, because the people that are supposed to represent us, or the powers that be that can stop it, are not stopping it. They're not doing what they need to do. Or maybe they're being tricked and bamboozled, and at the point where they think they can now say no, it's too late and it's a done deal. I don't know. Giving people the benefit of the doubt, that's what I would say. But I would also say maybe the deals that are being made may not be deals that are in our best interest overall. But what do we need to do? We need to learn how to pivot, and we need to learn how to land on our feet. Okay? That's what I would leave you with. Thank you all so much for just being a part of Talk Today this afternoon. I'm Catherine Tyson Sewell, and rounding off my time here, sitting in for Sterling Dwayne. He should be back with you, I believe. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or Wednesday, but I do urge you to stay dry and take care of yourself, and whatever you can do to help yourself out there, go ahead and do that, and be mindful of your fellow man. And if you need some help, call on some help. Thank you all so much. Have a great afternoon.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.